Hey everybody, it's your girl back with another video. And guess what? We're talking about the goofiest, most lovable doggos on four legs. Labrador Retrievers. I mean, come on, look at these faces. How could you not be obsessed? But seriously, even if you think you're a total Labrador expert, stick around. I bet you there are some things you never knew about these amazing pups. Get ready to have your minds blown because we're diving deep into the top 10 facts about Labrador Retrievers that'll have you saying no way for reals. Okay, so picture this. It's the 1800s, you're hanging out in Newfoundland, Canada, and it's freezing. This is where our story begins. And no, it doesn't involve a polar bear wearing a scarf. It's about these awesome fishermen who needed a furry friend to help them out on the high seas. Enter the St. John's water dog, the OG Labrador Retriever ancestor. These pups were like the ultimate wingmen for fishermen, diving into icy water to retrieve fishing nets and like random fish that got away. Talk about a rough job, right? But these dogs were total rock stars, known for their incredible work ethic, loyalty, and of course their love of all things water. Seriously, these guys were basically part fish, part dog, and 100% awesome. Over time, as these dogs started to gain popularity, some fancy British folks were like, yo, those water dogs are pretty dope. And that's how the St. John's water dog made its way across the pond to England. Of course, being the classy pups they were, they got a royal makeover and a name change, becoming the Labrador Retrievers we know and love today. So once these Canadian water dogs hit the shores of England, they wasted no time charming their way into everyone's hearts. I mean, have you ever met a Labrador? They could melt the heart of even the grumpiest old man. The English aristocracy, being the trendsetters they were, quickly made Labradors the it dog. They were seen everywhere, from fancy estates to, like, those really long paintings of people with powdered wigs. But Labradors weren't just some posh accessory. They were still hardworking pups at heart. They excelled in all sorts of jobs, from hunting companions to guide dogs. They were like the Swiss Army knives of dogs, except instead of having a corkscrew and a toothpick, they had endless love and a tail that could wag through any obstacle. Labradors didn't just conquer England, they went global. They spread their paw prints all over the world, winning hearts and minds wherever they went. People couldn't get enough of their friendly personalities, their eagerness to please, and their ability to make even the most mundane day feel like an adventure. Okay, so we've established that Labradors are awesome, like seriously awesome. But what is it about these dogs that makes them so universally beloved? I mean, they've held the title of America's most popular dog breed for like a million years. Well, for starters, Labradors are like the human equivalent of that friend who's always down for anything. They're up for a hike? Check. They're down to cuddle on the couch? Double check. They're even willing to wear that ridiculous Halloween costume you bought them? Most likely, yes, and they'll probably rock it. Plus, they've got this incredible ability to connect with people on a deep emotional level. It's like they can look into your soul and understand exactly what you need, whether it's a slobbery kiss, a wagging tail, or a wet nose nudge. They're like furry therapists, but instead of charging you an arm and a leg, they just want belly rubs and maybe a treat or two. Chapter 4. The Labrador Retriever. Personality. More fun than a barrel of tennis balls. Alright, let's be real for a second. We all know that Labradors are basically furry bundles of joy on four legs. They're like the human embodiment of a ray of sunshine, except with way more shedding. But what is it about their personalities that makes them so irresistible? Is it the wagging tails that could power a small city? The infectious grins that stretch from ear to ear? Or maybe it's their uncanny ability to steal your heart with a single soulful look? Labradors are known for being friendly, outgoing, and eager to please, which basically makes them the life of the party. They're like the friend who's always got a smile on their face and can make you laugh, even when you're feeling like a total potato. They're also incredibly loyal and affectionate, showering their humans with love and attention like it's going out of style. Just be prepared for a whole lot of love, a little bit of drool, and maybe a chewed-up shoe or two. Chapter 5. Brains and Beauty, the Labrador Retriever's secret weapon. Okay, so we've talked about how Labradors are basically furry bundles of love and energy, but don't let their goofy personalities fool you. These dogs are seriously smart cookies, like Mensa-level intelligence hidden behind those adorable puppy dog eyes. Labradors are known for their high intelligence and trainability, which is why they excel in so many different areas, from being awesome family pets to working as guide dogs, therapy dogs, and even sniffing out crime. Their eagerness to please and their natural intelligence make them quick learners, which can be a blessing and a curse. On the one hand, you can teach them pretty much any trick in the book, from shaking hands to playing dead. On the other hand, they might also learn how to open the fridge, raid the pantry, and steal your snacks when you're not looking. Chapter 6. Why Labrador Retrievers are the ultimate family doggos. Okay, so we've established that Labradors are intelligent, friendly, and basically furry rays of sunshine. But what makes them such amazing family pets? Is it their love of cuddles? Their endless patience for kids who just want to play dress-up? Or maybe it's their ability to make even the most chaotic family moments feel like a walk in the park? Pun intended, because let's be real, Labradors love walks. Labradors have this incredible knack for adapting to their families and becoming an integral part of the pack. They're like the missing puzzle piece that you didn't even know you were missing. They're incredibly gentle and patient even with small children, which makes them the perfect playmates for kids of all ages. Plus, they're always down for an adventure, whether it's a trip to the park, a game of fetch in the backyard, or just a lazy afternoon spent lounging on the couch. Chapter 7. Keeping your Labrador happy and healthy, the essential guide. Alright, so you've fallen head over paws for Labrador Retrievers, and who can blame you? They're basically the canine equivalent of a warm hug. But before you rush out and adopt one of these adorable pups, let's talk about what it takes to keep them happy, healthy, and out of trouble. Because let's be real, Labradors are notorious for getting into mischief. First things first, food. Labradors love to eat, like really love to eat. They're like furry garbage disposals with wagging tails. So, it's important to make sure you're feeding them a high-quality diet that's specifically formulated for their age, activity level, and, their tendency to eat anything that isn't nailed down. Next up, exercise. Labradors need a lot of exercise to stay happy, healthy, and out of trouble. Okay, so we talked about how important exercise is for Labradors, but let's dive a little deeper, shall we? Taking a leisurely stroll around the block, they need real heart-pumping, tail-wagging exercise to burn off all that excess energy and keep their minds stimulated. Think about it this way. Bred to be working dogs, retrieving fishing nets and swimming in icy water all day long. They're built for endurance, they're wired to work, and they thrive on having a job to do. So when they don't get enough exercise, that pent-up energy has to go somewhere, and it usually manifests in destructive behaviors like chewing, digging, barking, and generally wreaking havoc on your house. The good news is that exercising your Labrador doesn't have to be a chore. In fact, it can be a lot of fun for both of you. Labradors are always down for an adventure, so get creative. Okay, so we've covered exercise and feeding, but what about keeping your Labrador looking and smelling their best? Because let's be real, nobody wants to cuddle with a smelly dog, no matter how adorable they are. Luckily, Labradors are relatively low maintenance when it comes to grooming, but they do need regular brushing to keep their coats healthy and free of mats. Think of it like this. Brushing your Labrador is like giving them a mini massage, which they totally deserve after all that fetching and cuddling they do. Plus, it helps to distribute their natural oils, keeping their coats shiny and healthy. Now, when it comes to bathing, Labradors don't need to be bathed very often. In fact, overbathing can strip their coats of their natural oils, leaving them dry and itchy. So unless they roll in something truly disgusting, which, let's face it, is always a possibility with Labradors, a bath every few months is usually sufficient. Alright, so by now, you're practically Labrador experts, right? You know their history, their personality, their care needs, and their secret talent for stealing snacks. But did you know that Labradors also have a secret superpower? Okay, maybe not a superpower in the traditional sense, but it's still pretty darn cool. Are you ready for this? Labradors have webbed feet. I know, right? Mind blown. Those adorable little paws that leave muddy footprints on your freshly mopped floor? Yeah, those are basically built-in flippers, which explains why Labradors are such strong swimmers. And even though most Labradors today spend more time lounging on couches than diving into the ocean, those webbed feet are still there, just waiting for an opportunity to make a splash. So the next time you're at the beach or the lake, don't be afraid to let your Labrador embrace their inner mermaid. And there you have it, folks. The top 10 facts about Labrador Retrievers that will make you want to hug the nearest one you see. From their humble beginnings as hardworking water dogs to their current reign as the world's most popular dog breed, Labradors have captured our hearts with their infectious energy, their unwavering loyalty, and their ability to make even the most mundane day feel like an adventure. They're the ultimate family dogs, the best snuggle buddies, and the goofiest, most loving companions you could ask for. So, if you're thinking about adding a furry friend to your family, a Labrador Retriever might just be the perfect fit. If you love Labradors as much as we do, give this video a big thumbs up, subscribe to our channel for more awesome doggo content, and share this video with all your friends. And remember, adopt, don't shop. There are tons of amazing Labradors out there just waiting for their forever homes.